Hey everyone, 23rd floor of the Tower of Champions is here. Um, this is also a pretty difficult floor. There could be a lot of you who are having trouble with this. Um, the problem with this floor is basically all of the minions here can explode you to death. I believe they do around 67k damage. So if you have full HP, you may survive it, but you definitely won't survive two of them. So, as you can see, the party, 3 Nobus and a Tiamat, they all have deity slayers, and as you may have guessed from the title of this floor, uh, every single monster in this dungeon is a deity type. So, uh, bringing deity slayers, very good. In this case, Nobunaga is a deity slayer M, but it's not only that, it's on her main ability. So that means all of her bump combos will also gain that Slayer ability. Tiamat there is deity slayer L, and if you're not sure where he comes from, it's actually the red worm, and that's one of the earlier stages in the history of Monster Strike. So if you remember him, you might want to look around ascending him. Yes, that's right. He does have an ascension, so his strike shot is it fires off. What is it? Fires off, whenever he hits a boss. So since his Slayer is also on his main ability, that means his bump combo, and I believe that strike shot does inflict the extra damage. And high damage is definitely important. These minions have a high HP pool, and so does the boss. So you are going to want to, just be able to dish out damage. I was discussing with my coworkers, do we want to stall for the strike shots, but since it really won't matter for the next stage because of the explosion of circuit as well as the minion here, it's pretty tough to get your strike shots off. Unfortunately, all my Nobunagas are behind the minions, so being able to bump them wasn't an easy task here. But what you want to do here is make sure you also whittle down the HP of all the minions as well as Circuit. Circuit does end up healing herself for a good amount of HP. That top left number you'll see right now. So you're going to want to make sure to do constant damage, because the right number of Circuit, that's 7 right now, is the death counter, and all of the minions, the top left counter is their death counter. So you want to make sure to whittle them down, because if you leave too many of them alone, you are almost certainly gonna die. So we're just whittling down. Some of the pinches are good. The 2 hearts are definitely helpful in this case. Unfortunately, I got them both, so that's a little bit of an unfortunate. Oh, actually, that wasn't me. That was my coworker. But we're just, as you can see, the minion on the bottom has a 1, so if we don't kill him, that explosion is going to go off. Luckily, we were able to take him out. So now it's a matter of what do we want to do to get Circuit out. We got 3 turns before that big explosion happens. We're discussing that we should avoid that right heart for now, because it should grow in the near future. So just gonna do some damage. Oh, but we got 2 hearts up, so we are going with the strategy that we will actually tank the damage. If you do have enough HP, it is possible to survive. That is definitely true. We have opted for that strategy. Unfortunately, we're 1 turn short for that heart to turn gold, but if we do get it, we're almost certainly going to have enough HP, so that is our strategy. Oh, I guess we decided the small heart was good enough, and let's see. Yes, there you go. We survived, and now we're gonna go straight for that gold heart because she is attacking that bottom left number. And of course, a little bit of worry that I was gonna miss, like hit her foot or something and bounce off, but luckily, no problems. And we have a fresh counter now. We have 8 turns basically. And you know the good side effect of that move is that we are definitely going to have our strike shots up when it matters to face the boss. And so again that healer on the top, healing countdown on the top left is a bit of a pain in the butt, but we have different, we'll be fine. So yep, the healing goes up. Maybe it's like, it looks like about maybe a little bit less than 20% of her health, but it is a good chunk, which is a little bit demoralizing when you realize how much damage you've done and it just comes back. But we're gonna finish her off with Nobu's meteor attacks, and it's actually not even the boss yet, so there's still another minion stage to worry about. So now we get a new minion to worry about. The one on the top left and the top right actually produces warps. Again, if you want to decide, do I want a warp character, do I want a slayer, I would definitely go with the slayer because you can just kill these guys and then you don't have to worry about warps. Granted, if they do come up, it is a pretty big pain in the butt to deal with because with warps, it definitely throttles your damage output, which you desperately need for this dungeon. But luckily we got rid of all the minions in a fairly good time and pace. So now we can focus on dealing damage to Circuit. 1.5 million, which is really good. Unfortunately, heals back up. And I believe the cross laser is coming up next. But really, the only thing you can think of is deal damage, go for the weak point. Yeah. Yeah, that Nobu took almost 30k damage on the bottom left. So we are hoping to clear now. Grab the heart and go. Let's see if that actually happened. Just a little bit short. Luckily the spread shot didn't do too much damage. And very charitable heart timing there. And hey, we're to the boss. Now the boss does have a lot of HP to worry about, but unlike the previous stages, the minions' HP is not as high, so you should try to clear them out as soon as you can. Like I was saying earlier, if you can kill out that warp monster, that would be great. But also keep in mind their death counters on the top left. Never lose sight of that because all your hard work can disappear in an instant if you aren't paying attention. However, in the boss stages, I believe Circuit will revive the minions, so you want to be diligent about clearing them up. Yes, and there's also poison. Unfortunately, 3 of my monsters got poisoned, which they do a decent amount of damage. It's not a negligible. Well, I guess it wasn't bad for this first turn. Does it get worse? I remember the poison being a pretty big HP suck. But let's see. Gonna focus on the minions once again. It's probably this one that hurts more. Decided to go for a strike shot. I mean, we do have 3 command strike shots, so no reason to be stingy about it. And I can see the poison damage. Yes, the spray shot one does do 8,000 each. So definitely keep in mind how many of your people are poisoned by the spray attack. And here we got a nice semi-pinch where we can take out the warp producer as well as going against the weak point. And I believe we went for a strike shot. Yes. And that's really because with enough monsters, Tiamat's strike shot will actually do a little bit more damage than normal. And we got 1 million damage, which is great. Especially for a spread shot strike shot like that. And of course, the biggest thing about clearing out the minions is that you're guaranteed that the homing, the meteors will actually go against the boss. The downside to the meteor bump combo is that it'll attack anybody that was alive at the start of the level. So if you already cleared them while moving around, there's a chance it'll actually hit them even though they don't exist anymore. So here I was deciding, do I want to go for the Nobus and take the chance of where the meteors will hit, or do I want to go straight for the weak point and clear? Unfortunately, I did not clear, and as you can see, that top left counter is the heal, or not the heal, the poison for circuit. So luckily, I guess, only one of the Nobunagas got poisoned, so only one person will take 8,000 damage. And actually at this point we didn't see how much damage the Nobu took, so my coworker said we won't die by the poison here, but yes, if we had not killed him, we would have definitely died there. So final stage, again, the top right, top left, and the bottom left produces warps, which will hinder your damage output. And even though you saw that was 1 million damage on the boss, look at how little the HP bar went. So that means circuit probably has upwards of 6-7 million HP. So you have to be able to produce, you know, millions of damage in basically 9 turns. Otherwise, she's gonna explode on you. And we are lucky enough that the warps are actually showing up on an off turn for my Nobus, so I am free to use my strike shot and make sure that everybody can start running. Luckily, I'll be able to get 2 of the Nobus for sure, and I was unable to get the Tiamat, but we were able to clear the minions, which is great. Nobu will, you know, activate everyone's bump combos and whittle down the HP a little more. Just under 1 million damage, and basically, so 3 people are poisoned. That's 24,000 damage. So if we don't kill her, we're gonna lose. Luckily, the command strike shot is here, and it is good enough. That third player, Nobu, was able to pinch for high damage, and whew, floor 23. This was actually my first shot at it. We completed it. However, I am sure a lot of you out there are having trouble with it. Again, don't give up hope. Keep trying. Hopefully you'll find some friends out there to help you out if you don't have the right monsters. Of course, 3 Nobus is a pretty big luxury. Some other good options is Ki or Sun Wukong to help you with speed. So yeah, until next floor, bye bye.